7433462704. What is the mean? What is the mode? And what is the median of this distribution? 7433462704. Hello friends, you are welcome to our lesson class today. I hope you're doing very fine. Alright, so today I've got something wonderful to teach you. Alright, it's statistics part 2. We are going to be talking about the measures of location, also called the measures of central tendency. I know very well that you heard when I was listing some distributions, okay? And then I requested to know what is the mean, the mode, and the median of that distribution. Oh yeah, I know you're already thinking about what you are going to learn today. I'll be teaching you about the measures of location, also called the measures of central tendencies, okay? These are the measures in statistics which we use to determine, which we use to locate, which we use to get the items that are around the center of the distribution. When we talk about the measures of statistics which we use to locate the center of the distribution, there are 3 major statistical measures. That is, these statistical measures we use to locate the items that are around the center of the distribution. There are 3 of them majorly that I'm going to teach you. At this level, we'll just focus on these 3. One of them is the mean, 2, the median, and 3, the mode. And so, I'll be telling you about these 3 measures in this class. And then, we will pick 2 of them and learn how we calculate them. In our next class, we'll pick 1 more that has more calculations, okay? Now, first of all, I would like us to know the meaning of these measures. When you hear the mean, what does it mean? When you hear the mode, what are we talking about? What does median of a distribution represent? So, I will be defining them. On the board, we have these definitions, okay? The first, we are going to define the mean. So, let us look at the definition of the mean. The mean is also called the arithmetic mean, or you can call it the average. It is defined as the average of the sum of all the items in a given distribution. The average of the sum of all the items in a given distribution is what we call the mean. You can also call it the arithmetic mean, or you can simply call it average. So take note, any one of these 3 words used, the mean, arithmetic mean, or average, they refer to the same thing. When you take the average of the sum of the items in the distribution, you have gotten the mean. Now, what is average? I want you to know that whenever you hear average, it goes with division. Is that okay? It goes with what? Division. So, when you hear from the definition that it is the average of the sum, S-U-N, means addition. So if mean is defined as the average of the sum of the items, it means we are expected to take the sum of the items first, that is, add them together. Then when you now hear average, it means you're going to divide this sum, this addition you did. You are going to divide it by something. And what do we use in dividing it? You use the number of the items to divide it. Don't worry, you are going to see how we calculate the mean. Of course, that's going to be in our next class because there are a lot of calculations I would like you to know about the mean. But generally know that the definition is the average of the sum of the items in a distribution, which simply means take the sum of the items and get their average. As a quick example, let us say that we are 3 and they said, okay, get the average of the 3 of us. Now the number that each of us represents, you will add the numbers together. Let us say I represent 2 and you represent, let's say, 4. Another person represents, let's say, 4 again, okay? So the average is 2 plus 4 plus 4. You have gotten the sum by adding, then divide by the number of the items. How many items are we? 3. Me, you, and the third person. So there are 3 items. So when you add our values, which is 2 plus 4 plus 4, divided by 3, you have gotten the average. You've gotten the mean. You have gotten the arithmetic mean. You understand that, right? Good. Let us move on to the next definition, the mode. But if you have a question on what the mean of a distribution is, please feel free to ask. Send your question right away. Let us move on to the mode of a distribution. When I give you a distribution, the mode is simply the item that occurs the most, the item that occurs more than the other ones, the item that has the highest frequency. That is what the mode of a distribution is. Now, if you take your mind back to our previous classes in statistics, that is statistics part 1, okay, where we talked about frequency distribution, the frequency table. I've already taught you how to get frequency of a given distribution. So if I give you any distribution and you decide to make the frequency table, the item that has the highest frequency there is the mode. Is that clear? Alright, we are going to also talk about the types of mode, but not now. When we start picking each of them to discuss and solve questions on them, I will explain the types of mode. Because we have what we call unimodal distribution, we have bimodal distribution and uniform distribution. We'll talk about them. Alright, can we now move on to the next measures of location, which is the median. We have the definition here on the board. The median is defined as the middle item. That is the central item. Central means the item in the middle of a distribution. But before you would get that item that is in the middle of a distribution, you first have to arrange that distribution either in increasing or decreasing order. You must arrange the distribution, the items, the data. You must arrange them in increasing or what? Decreasing order. Very important place. I'm saying this is going to be like a warning. Do not try to get the median of a distribution without arranging the distribution, the data, first, either in increasing order, that is from lowest number to highest number, or in decreasing order, that is from highest number to lowest number. It is after you arrange them in that order, either increasing or decreasing, that you can be able to get the median of that distribution. Before we start picking each of these measures of location to treat, can we quickly go back to the distribution I read out when I just entered the class? 7, 4, 3, 3, 4, 6, 2, 7, 0, 4. What is the mode of that distribution? So you simply look at the distribution, which number occurs the most. And clearly, if you look at it, it is 4. 4 occurred 3 times in that distribution. So the mode is simply 4. What about the median? Now the median, you have to arrange that distribution first. I always prefer arranging it from the smallest to the highest. So we have 0, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 6, 7, 7. I've arranged it in increasing order. So what is the median? The middle item. Alright, I'll just tell you, but we're still going to solve questions on this so you understand it better. But in that arrangement, if you count from the left to the right, you'll notice that the middle number you will meet will be the 5th number. If you count from the right to the left, you'll notice that the middle number you will meet again will be the 5th number. The 5th number from left is 4. The 5th number from right is also 4, because that distribution is even. We're going to learn all of those things. So you're going to add 4 plus 4 and divide it by 2. 4 plus 4 divided by 2 is going to give you 4, because 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4. That is the median. There are some questions that might be given to you. You may not need to add any two numbers. It depends on the distribution. I will teach you that. The next is the mean. So in that distribution, 7433462704, what is the mean? Simply add the items given to you there, then divided by the number of items you have there. So if you add all of them, you are going to get 40. And so that 40 divided by the number of items we have there. How many items do we have? You can count it and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 items. And so 40 divided by 10 will still give me 4. Ha. The mean, the mode, the median, the three of them give us 4. 4, 4, 4. Huh? So does it mean that anytime you're calculating the mean, the mode, the median, you get the same numbers, the same answers? No. It is just this distribution that gave us this to be the same. It's a coincidence. It just happened by chance. Is that okay? When you're given a question, whatever you see there based on what you're working on, you write the answer. I hope you understand the explanation of these measures of location, mean, mode, and median. Now we're going to pick them one after the other and then solve questions on them. Alright? We will start with the mode and the median. In our next class, we'll talk about the mean. Out of the three major measures of location, we want to start our calculation with the mode first, okay? And so here on the board, I have two questions. We're going to take the questions one at a time. Question number 1 has two parts. What is the mode of the following? A. 695-3841-872. B. 324-352-0-62-93. How do we solve this problem? It's very simple. We are asked to find the mode of this distribution, of these items, of this data given to us. We're going to start with question 1A first. Now the distribution we have there is 6953-8418-72. And we are asked to find the mode. We already defined the mode as that item that occurs the most, that item that has the highest frequency, that item that appears more than any other item in the distribution. Now, if we look at this distribution given to us, let's see. 6 appeared only once, 9 appeared only once, 5 appeared only once too, once, 3 appeared once, 8 appeared 2 times. Look at one here, look at another one here. Let me take note of that 8. I'll start this and start this. So it appeared 2 times. Then 7, 4 appeared once, 1 appeared only once, 7 appeared once, 2 appeared once. So which number, which item occurred the most in this distribution? Clearly you see that it is 8. So I will write the mode is 8. That's the answer. Please, I want us to use this question to learn one type of mode. So I'll write a note for you here. Note. Now you look at this distribution, we say the mode is 8. That's only one number, which is 8. A distribution that has only one mode is called a unimodal distribution. So this distribution here is unimodal. This is a unimodal distribution. Alright, we are moving on to the B part of the question. In the B part of the question, we are given this distribution. So let's get it out. 3243, 520, minus 62, minus 93. So this is the distribution. Let us find out the number that appeared or occurs the most in this distribution. Let's go. 3. We have this 3 here. Look at another 3, which is 2 times. Then look at another 3, which is 3 times. So 3 appeared 3 times. Let's check for 2. We have 2 here. We have 2 here. We have another 2 here. So 2 appeared 1, 2, and 3 times. 3 appeared 3 times. 2 also appeared 3 times. So they have the same frequency. You can see that. Okay, let's check for 4. Alright, 4 appeared only once. Let's check for 5. 5 appeared once. We've checked for 2 already. Let's check for 0. 0 appeared only once. Minus 6 only once. We've checked for 2. Minus 9 appeared only once. We've checked for 3. So you see that 2 and 3, they have the same frequency. That is, they appear the most in this distribution. Let me take note of them. I will start 3. No, 3 appeared 3 times. Then I will tick this 2. Good. 2 also appeared 3 times. So this distribution has 2 modes. Alright, the mode is 2 and 3. Answer. Now, a distribution that has 2 modes is known as bimodal distribution. Let me write the note here, please. It's important so that if you see a question like that in your quiz, you will not be shocked. Of course, you must see something like that. This is a bimodal distribution. I've told you the reason because it has 2 modes. Let me underline these types that has been mentioned here. Alright, we have another type of mode that is called uniform. That's another type of distribution. We have another type of distribution that is called uniform distribution. As the mode is uniform. That's uniform mode or uniform distribution. That one, the mode is the same for all the items, which means all the items appeared the same number of times. It could be that each of the items appeared 1, 1, 1, 1 time, or 2, 2, 2, 2 times, or the items appeared 3, 3, 3, 3 times, or 4, 4, 4, 4 times. The point is, for a uniform mode, which is the same as uniform distribution, each of the item will occur the same number of times. So take note, that is number 3 type of mode. But these 2 are the most important. Let's move on to question number 2. In question number 2, we have this table. This table was actually the table we obtained when we helped Mr. So and so, when we collected fruits and helped him to get the frequency table. Now, this is the table, and the question said, what is the modal fruit in the table above? Remember, this table is above this question. So what is the modal fruit in this table? Remember that we also define mode as the highest occurring frequency. In this table, we have number of fruits. This number of fruits is the same as the frequencies of the fruits. So the highest frequency here will help us to get the mode. Let us look at this now. Number of fruits, which is the frequency. Which frequency is the highest here? 6. So the fruit that has this highest frequency, 6, is our modal fruit. Can we find out the fruit that has this highest frequency, 6? If you trace it, you see clearly that it is apples. So the modal fruit there is apples. The fruit that has the highest frequency. Okay, so I'm going to write the modal fruit is the fruit that has the highest frequency. That highest frequency is 6, you know. So what is the fruit we said? Apples. This fruit is apples. Therefore, the modal fruit is apples. Alright, I had to take my time to write this out for you to see clearly. It's a simple question. Just go to the table, check the frequency that is the highest. Trace it to the fruit that has that frequency. That fruit is your modal fruit. So that is how we handle problems on mode. at this point, at this level, okay? So these are the things you need to know about mode. Next, we are going to pick questions on median and see how we solve problems on median, another measure of central tendency or measure of location. Alright, now we want to see how we calculate the median of a distribution. But before we go on into solving these questions, there are this point I want you to know about median. We have defined median already. We said it's the middle item in a distribution. But now when you are given a question on median, there is one thing you should do first. You should check how many items you have in that distribution. So look at these notes, very important. You go through it, but I'll quickly explain what this note is about. Okay? You are being given a question on median. The first thing you would do is to find out the number of items you have in that distribution. I used n to represent the number of items. Is that okay? Now, when you know how many items you have in that distribution, you now have to check for these two cases. Case 1 is to ask yourself and find out that n, which is the number of items in that distribution, is it an odd number? Odd number is a number that 2 cannot divide. If 2 divides it, there must be remainder. Now, if the number of items there is an odd number, this is what you will do. You will do n plus 1, that is, add 1 to n. Let us assume that n is 5, for example. That is the number of items you have in that distribution is 5. You have to do 5 plus 1, which will give you 6, then divide it by what? 2. So we have n plus 1 over 2. If you do that n plus 1 over 2, anything that you get, use that thing to count the items you have in that distribution. That will help you to get the median. For example, when I assume that, okay, n should be 5, let's say there are 5 items. If you do 5 plus 1, you get 6. This 6 divided by 2 will give you 3. Then it means you are going to count that distribution 1, 2, 3. The third item is your median in that case. But remember, that is when n is what? Odd number. Now, you also need to check, because if n is not an odd number, let us assume that n is an even number. So we are looking at case 2 now. If n is an even number, this is what you will do to get your median. You are going to do n divided by 2. You know, even number is a number that 2 can divide and there will be no remainder. So do n divided by 2. Anything it gives to you, use it to count the items in that distribution from left to right and from right to left. As you're counting from left to right, it will get you to a number. As you're counting from right to left, it will get you to another number. 2 middle numbers. So add the 2 middle numbers and then divide it by 2. We are going to use this question quickly to explain what we have here, and you'll see clearly how to solve median. It's very simple. Solution to question number 1. We are asked to find the median of the distribution 3, 7, 4, 1, 2, 3, 6, 10, 8. Now, the first thing you have to do is to arrange the distribution. You can arrange it either in increasing or decreasing order. So, I want to arrange my distribution. First, let's see. So, from here, what I have, I will start from 1, because 1 is the smallest number there. 1, 2 follows, 3 follows, then we have 4 there. There is no 5. Okay, 3 appeared 2 times. So this is going to be 3, 3, 3, 3, and then after 3 we have 4. There is no 5 in this distribution. There is no 6. Okay, there is 6. Look at 6. Then we have 7. We also have 8. There is no 9 in this distribution. The next number is 10. So this is what we have in that distribution. I've arranged it in increasing order from smallest to the highest number. So I will now count these items. How many are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 items. So I would write n is equal to 9. 9, is it an odd number or even number? 9 is odd number because 2 cannot divide 9 without remainder. So 9 is an odd number. Good. So this problem you see is case 1, okay? When n is odd number. So what would we do? We are going to do n plus 1, then divide it by 2. Let's substitute for n and see what we would get. N is 9. So if you do 9 plus 1 divided by 2, it will give you 10 divided by 2, and this will give you 5. This 5 means the fifth number. This 5 means what? The fifth number in the distribution. Is that okay? So I will come to the distribution and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth number gave me 4. So let me indicate fifth number in the distribution, in the items. That's what this calculation is telling us. And so if you go and count, this will give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at it. So let me tick it. I will now conclude simply that the median, therefore, the median is 4. Answer. So once again, what do? Arrange the distribution from lowest to highest or from highest to lowest. The choice is yours. I prefer doing from lowest to highest. Then check how many items you have there. Here we have 9 items, so n is equal to 9. This 9 is an odd number. So case 1 is what you will use. You are going to do n plus 1 divided by 2. Look at it. N is 9, so you do substitution. In place of n, you put 9 plus 1. Then divide it by 2. Doing this calculation, you get 10 over 2. 10 over 2 is 5. It simply means that the median of this distribution is the fifth number in the items, that is in the distribution, the fifth number. Simply go to the distribution. You have arranged them already, from lowest to highest. So you count. The fifth number in that items, in that distribution, is our median, and it gave us 4. Let's move on to question number 2. In question number 2, this is the distribution given, so I will quickly arrange them. The smallest data or value here is 12, so I'm going to have 12. After that, I think we have, the smallest one is 8. The smallest one is 8, so you see you have to be careful when you are arranging so you don't make mistake. If you make mistake in the arrangement, it will affect your answer. You may likely fail it. So remember, you must arrange it. I told you that earlier as a warning. So we have 8, we have 12. The next number is 16. After 16, I think the next one will be 20. After 20, the next will be 23. Then after 23, we have 31. So I have arranged the items in increasing order. So let us check for n. Is n an even number or odd number? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. N is equal to 6. 6 is even number. Even number. Alright? Because 2 can divide 6. So we are going to do n over 2. I'll do n over 2. That is case 2 here, n over 2 is 6 divided by 2. You substitute for n, which is 6. You divide it by 2. And that is going to give us 3. This 3 means the third item or the third number in the distribution. Third number in the items or in the distribution. In the items. Let me write that. So what will I do? Remember case 2 said that if n is even number, just do n divided by 2. Anything it gives to you, use it to count from left to right, you get one middle number. Count from right to left, you get another middle number, then add the 2 middle numbers. So let us go. I'll come to the distribution. Third number in the distribution, I'll count from left. 1, 2, 3. The third number is 16 when you count from left to right. Let's go again. 1, 2, 3. So this is going to give me that median is equal to 16. Give me 16 there. Then plus, you now count from right to left. Remember, you want to get the third number from right to left. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. That is 20. Then you divide it by 2. And so 16 plus 20 will give us 36. And 36 divided by 2, you will get 18. So the median is equal to 18. Answer. So you see what you do after arranging the items, the distribution given to you, count the number of items. That will help you to know if n is even number or an odd number. In question number 2, n is an even number. So according to case 2, what you have to do is do n over 2. N over 2 will give you a position. That position there is third, because that n is 6 even, divided by 2. You know, 6 divided by 2 give you 3. That 3 simply tells you that the median number is the third number in the distribution. But because this is an even distribution, that third number, you will count it from left to right and from right to left. From left to right, the third number is 16. So you write 16 plus, from right to left, the third number will give you 20. If you count from here, going to the left, you get 20. So you have plus 20 divided by 2. Solve this thing out. 16 plus 20 is 36. 36 divided by 2, you get 18. So the median there, that is the median score for this, is 18. Median score. So that is how we solve problems on median. So you want to please take note of this case. You must do these cases. Check for them. Anyone that applies, you now know what to do in getting your answer. Alright, so if you have any question based on what you've learned so far, you can send your questions across. Do you think you understand all that have been taught so far in this topic? Then below this video, you have a quiz to take. Alright, so try yourself out. There are 10 questions. Remember the target score. You are expected to score 10 over 10. That shows that you understand very well and you have perfected. That is, you are perfect now in this topic. I hope to meet you in our next class. I'll be teaching you about the mean in the next class. Until then, remember to study your books, okay? Take your quiz again and again. Ensure that you score 10, 10, 10, up to 3 times or 5 times. Then you'll be sure that yes, you now understand this topic. Bye. See you in our next class.